long tenure, seeking a seventh term of office now. What is the core message you want to convey to Ugandans about the prospects of change? And what is your vision for a truly democratic Uganda? We do hear you in your messages when you talk about, people power, our power as a slogan, but also what exactly is the Uganda you envision to have?
We have put out a clear map with 10 priority issues that we intend to approach. However, in brief, a new Uganda is a Uganda that provides equally for all Ugandans, a free Uganda, a democratic Uganda, a stable Uganda, and a Uganda that is administered according to the rule of law. However, before I even delve much into our manifesto, the major message that we are pushing across the country is the message of unity of a generation. You see, Uganda is the second youngest country in the world, if not the youngest. And we have a generation that is young and full of ideas, full of aspirations. Those are the ideas that we want to put in action. We can only put those ideas in action when you have a free country. We can only have a free country when that generation unites. You see, for the last 40 years, the General Museveni has been in power. He has used a method of divide and rule. He has divided our people along tribal lines. However, we are trying to unite a generation which is actually working very well. We're trying to unite a generation so that they demand for what they rightly deserve in a country that can actually provide that.
Mr. President, in your repackaged message, you are urging Ugandans to rebel against the regime. For lack of better terms, you are asking the Ugandans for a protest vote. Do you think that your message has been received by Ugandans across Uganda?
It's actually not a message not only for Ugandans, it's a message for East Africans and probably all Africans. I mean, in the recent days, you've seen the young people of Madagascar, of Tanzania, of Kenya, and many other places, even of Cameroon, rising to the occasion and saying enough is enough. And they say they want to determine their own destiny. And this is what we encourage the young people of Uganda. We are calling this a protest vote because we are protesting first and foremost against impunity. We are using this election to speak out and speak loudly. We know that General Museveni has a habit of abusing the law and acting with impunity. We are going to protest against that in the vote, and we've encouraged our young people to vote, but follow their vote, to ensure that they defend it, to ensure that what they say through their vote is actually what prevails.
Is orchestrating violence against, your party members and supporters. Now, can you elaborate on the specifics? Are there specific incidents which you can point at as, violent, activities that have occurred in your camp, orchestrated by the regime?
Yes, please. Even before the election, even before we were nominated, there was a deliberate, carefully planned line to arrest and abduct people that are around me. More than 10 of my close security team were arrested and are still in prison over trumped-up charges. Of course, there are always the new people that come to stand in for the imprisoned and jailed comrades. So this time round, the regime has been trying to find any excuse to round up our people. They first claimed that my team and I had actually robbed the police. You see, we're always followed by police and the military, heavily armed. However, they alleged that my team and I had robbed them, and with that excuse, they arrested another 10 people from the northern part of Uganda, Gulu. That was last week. Now, 2 days ago, as we were traveling to the western part of the country, and that is where General Museveni comes from, a group of young men dressed in yellow t-shirts with General Museveni's picture, protected by police armed to the tooth, raided us. They attacked us, hurling stones and beating our people with sticks. However, we were protected by the police that was given to us by the Electoral Commission, and we went past that. Of course, even the people that are around the place that are our supporters, who are actually many, you know, reiterated and stopped these goons from attacking us. However, that very night, police raided the hotels that we were in, and they took 20 of our people, claiming that we actually fought the people who attacked us. Now, probably that's the same excuse that they are having to round up our people, but the whole world knows that acting with impunity is what General Museveni knows best.
You say you in your press briefing mentioned just a couple of it must have been yesterday where you said that the mayor of Sanga town council has been implicated in mobilizing these attackers. Have you reported this incident to authorities, but also what is your expected action with regards this particular allegation?
Person that is committing a crime. I mean, these criminals were guarded by the police. This was on camera, but the police has not come out to say anything, But I mean, it is the police that was doing this criminality. How do we go to report to them?
Have been arrested and detained. What do you think is the motivation behind these arrests? Because clearly these things have been done to you and your members for a very long time. But what is it that you think is the motivation and behind these arrests?
Well, first and foremost, the region where we are is where General Museveni comes from. And for a long time, he has been rigging elections and claiming 100% of the vote in his favor in most places in Western Uganda. In 2021, many of them were blocked from voting for the president because he was not sure whether they supported him. So to say that when we stepped in Western Uganda, we had such a huge heroic welcome, that did not augur well with the regime. So we believe that they are trying to intimidate the people of Western Uganda, the people of Ankole. They are also trying to discourage people from associating with us and our quest for change in Uganda. That said, I must also mention that it has not just started now. It has been happening, and the regime has always been trying to isolate me as an individual, to arrest and detain the people that give me support, so that I don't have enough support system.
What strategy do you have, to counter the possible impact of these, these actions that are being made against you?
The strategy is not giving up. That is our strategy, not giving up. Of course, our tactics keep changing every day. When they block a road, we devise means. When they arrest our people, we struggle to find alternatives, etc., etc. So we take every situation the way it comes to see that we overcome it. But our main plan is not to give up, to keep going, because everything is on our side. We are at par with the law. The law is with us. Otherwise, we would be in jail. But even when they arrest us, they can only torture us, but they cannot convict us because we are not committing any crime. The population is with us because besides them being majorly young, they have faced oppression for 40 years. Majority of the population have never seen another president, and therefore they want change. And finally, and most importantly, time is on our side. We only need not to give up, and that is an assurance of it.
President Setamu, you have said that your party is non-violent and operates within the law. How do you manage? How are you going to manage to, ensure that your party does not retaliate after these provocations that are being made against them? But also, what is your general message to the people in the region that you are?
First and foremost, while I lead the presidential candidate of that the National Unity Platform, I don't look at this struggle as a struggle between political parties. No. I look at this struggle as a struggle between the people of Uganda and a tyrant, a military dictator that has oppressed them for 40 years. And these people, many of them are in the party that I lead, but there are some that are even apolitical. But they want change. And therefore, I don't look at this as a party. I look at this as a cause of the people of Uganda. My message to the people of Uganda is to know that you can come together and change your country. We are only using this election to communicate firmly to all and sundry that the people of Uganda want change, and we are tired of this military dictator, and we are voting him out, and we will vote him out. We know how he behaves. We know that there will be many efforts to rig the election. We are calling upon the people of Uganda to give themselves something to fight for, and thereafter go ahead and fight for it and defend it.
The GHETTO president, that is the moniker that you go by, which is a testament of your roots, with the grassroots. Now, especially with the people of Kamioka, how do you plan to leverage this grassroots support getting into the 2026, election? But also, you are challenging this president for another time. What are you doing different this time around to protect the vote?
Yeah, what am I doing to live with the ghetto? It's not only about the ghetto. Yes, I come from the ghetto, but there are so many people that don't come from the ghetto but want better. Many of them, their parents or their grandparents or they themselves worked their way out of the ghetto. However, they want better. They want a country that functions, that works for them, that makes their dreams valid. And those people are part of this, our struggle. So we don't just limit it to the ghetto. It is everybody, everybody's cause. What are we going to do better for the people? Follow the law. Implement the plans, cut down the corruption, That and more will be our definition in the new Uganda.
35% of the vote in the last time in 2021. Now, when we get to 2026 and we're getting to this, particular election, how are you looking at, succeeding or amassing more numbers in this particular, election, especially amidst intimidation, arrests, and abductions of your supporters and the NUP as well? Is the question that I'm going to be asking our guest, who unfortunately has lost connectivity for now. But like he said, it's not so easy to get a connection in the region that he is. We're going to be having him back hopefully in a short while. What do you think of this conversation? We are engaging in conversation with the largest opposition leader in Uganda. He goes by the name Bobi Wine. His government name, Robert Setamu, or Robert Kyagulanyi Setamu, as you may want to know him by. This is the conversation we're having tonight. Is now the time for Bobi Wine? Is the question that we're asking. You're watching Spotlight on Crown TV.